Hey everybody, Alan Nichols here with MaxHub. So I'm Alan Nichols. I'm head of business development over here at MaxHub / technical nerd. We got Lauren Eustace with Pexip, Andy Teo, who's my fellow nerd over here on the team, and we got Kevin Rorty over here from Pexip as well. So for those who have or don't know us yet, MaxHub is the world's largest manufacturer of Teams room systems and displays that nobody's ever heard of. So our portfolio every month and every year is growing and growing. We're doing everything from all-in-one interactive flat panels to all-in-one bars. We have our own displays. We do direct view LED. We build cameras. We build audio systems, you name it. And we've just recently got into our MDEP bars as well. What we're going to concentrate on today is the Windows platform, since that's where we're going to be doing some of our interoperability with Pexip. And as if somebody doesn't know yet, the Android platform or the MDEP platform is still roadmapped for a lot of these interop pieces. So we're going to concentrate with Windows. We're going to start with our X-Core kit. So our X-Core kit was our first Windows MTR that we released. It's a single display. It's a lower end because we wanted it to be the most affordable Windows Teams room system that money can buy on the market. And we nailed that back in 2023. And it's still a great seller right now. It's really meant for those focus rooms and small rooms, but we can also attach all kinds of different accessories where we can run software DSPs on them. They're still very, very powerful. Now, when you need a medium to large to custom room, we love to focus on our X-Core Kit Pro. It's going to have the same I/O for your USB devices. We're still going to be able to interact with all kinds of third-party devices, whether you're doing ceiling tile microphones, third-party camera controller kits, any kind of a room control system for lights, TV power blinds, you name it. Both of our X-Core kits and our X-Core Kit Pros can control all of those. The big difference with the Pro is we're going to be multi-screen, so we can do dual screen on this as well. And we're going to be able to do 4K through our HDMI in the back for ingest as well. And we do a USB-C ingest on the touch panel on this one. Our latest and greatest to the market is our new W70 kit. So this is our all-in-one Windows bar. This one has 4 50 megapixel cameras, 16 MEMS microphones, a pair of 20-watt speakers, and the audio's got a 33-foot pickup range. So as you're looking to some of your medium to large conference rooms, this is going to be your all-in-one solution. Our new bars also support BYOM from the touch panel through a single USB-C cable as well. Now, I'm going to kick this over to Lauren, and she's going to be able to talk a little bit more about Pexip and why Pexip is going to help us out today.
Yes, thanks, Alan, and thanks for sharing all these great not new boards, but new feature set on some of these boards. And we are here to talk about how Pexip can complement your investment that you guys have made in MaxHub. So we're all very familiar with MTRs do a great job of joining Microsoft Teams meetings, and Zoom rooms do a great job of joining those Zoom room calls, those Zoom room meetings. But what happens when that MTR is invited to a Webex or a Google meeting, or when that Zoom room is invited to a Microsoft Teams room? What happens? It kind of falls apart, right? So you have a couple options. You either join that, you walk into that conference room and you see that boardroom or that board does not match your meeting strategy, and you kind of throw your arms up and say, okay, well, I guess I just won't leverage this investment and I'll join through my laptop, and you lose complete functionality of this investment you've made in MaxHub. So that's not good for anyone. Or you say, maybe I could leverage Direct Guest Join, which Direct Guest Join will allow that MTR to join a Zoom meeting or a Zoom room to join a Microsoft Teams call, but you will lose all of the feature functionality of that MaxHub board. If you had a dual screen setup inside that conference room, you would lose that functionality when you're joining through direct guest join. So that's kind of where Pexip comes into play. We recognize that you have made your investment in the manufacturer of choice for a multitude of reasons, and you want to be able to leverage that. And you want to have a mixed joining experience. So again, Zoom being able to join Microsoft Teams or Google or at Microsoft Teams into Zoom or Webex or whatever that looks like. And then how do we actually enhance that? So with Pexip, you can take that MTR and allow it to have a dual screen support when joining that Zoom meeting, for example. You'll be able to share content. That's a pretty big piece of a meeting. If you're no longer allowed to share content, the experience within that meeting is not as rich. We can support lobby bypass. So if your customers are leveraging direct guest join today, they would all sit in the lobby and wait for your poor admin to click, 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 admit, admit, admit. Whereas with Pexip, we can build and write that trust script into your environment so that we could bypass that lobby. We can also support 1080p in terms of content sharing. So again, just leveraging that investment you've made with your board of choice and allowing it to join any third-party platform, because we know that there are not 100% anything shops anymore. There's not 100% Microsoft Corporation. There's not 100% Cisco anymore. There's not 100% Zoom anymore. We recognize that. Let's just allow you guys to make the decisions that you want to make from the board choice, as well as the meeting platform, and Pexip can just enhance those decisions that you've made. It also allows for really easy user adoption because you're not having to schedule these meetings differently. You're not having to join these meetings differently. We're just adding to the robust features set that are already built into MAXHUB. It's a little bit easier to kind of view this in a live demonstration than just looking at screenshots. So I'm going to pass it back to Alan, and he can kind of walk you through that with Kevin Wordy from Pexip as well, so you guys can kind of get a feel for what this would look like in your own meeting room space.
Awesome. That was great, Lauren. So I guess I'd put it out there that Microsoft and Zoom and Webex and all them, they like to play nice with others, but Pexip actually helps you guys play well with others. That dual screen is going to be really huge on something like that XCore Kit Pro I was showing. So if you do have those dual screens, nobody wants to look at everything on the left side. That's the whole point of building a big enterprise room like that.
Correct.
So today we're going to be doing our demo on our new MAXHUB X board, which is our all-in-one Teams board. So these also run Windows, and these are just hang on the wall, give it an internet connection, and go style board. You'll also be able to, there's a small tablet in my demo. That's going to be our universal console. So MAXHUB also builds the only universal console that works with both our Windows X boards and a Surface Hub 2 or 3. So if you do have Surface Hub 2 or 3, we can absolutely hook you up with a universal console, and it's just plug and play. So let's jump over. Kevin, are you ready?
I'm ready. Thanks, Alan.
All right. Fire over to our X board.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining this, there we go, this Teams webinar where we're going to show MTR joining a Zoom. So that won't be confusing at all, I don't think, right?
Not at all.
I think I said different meeting platform 25 times, so that probably doesn't add to. But
Right.
That's where the live demo comes into play. It'll get rid of all confusion.
Yeah. So let's first, Alan, if you wouldn't mind navigating to the call option on the X board here.
So is my my OBS lagging behind a little bit?
I don't see it showing up yet. It's okay. You can wait.
Oh, gotta love OBS.
So one of the reasons
It's definitely lagging behind.
That's fine. I'll talk over you here real quick while we're catching up. The call option typically with the standard MTR is just going to show the ability to kind of call another Teams room, or a Teams user. Now, one of the first things I like to do with the call button is actually tap the call button and then make sure we have a drop down for SIP calling. So this is the first thing I check. It certainly gives you a lot of flexibility to call any SIP URI, join any meeting platform, call any SIP room system. Definitely not the most efficient way to join a meeting, but like I said, this is a good step to take just to make sure that the policy set for the MTR has been picked up and that you can see that it has SIP capabilities. I'll go down. I'll go off script here and go into the technical weeds while we wait for Alan. The MTR doesn't actually have a SIP stack on board. We actually are using the policy we set up for the MTR includes a app ID. This app ID is associated with basically a CVI gateway. Now, many of you, if you're familiar with CVI, this is Microsoft's Cloud Video Interop program. It allows SIP room systems, 323 room systems to join Teams meetings. What we're doing with the MTR app is kind of operating that gateway in the reverse direction. So we're instead of trying to join a Teams meeting, we're actually starting with an MTR that's part of the Teams platform, and we're actually using the app ID to locate the CVI app. There we go, nice. And yeah, so you can see SIP is an option here. And maybe Andy, we can turn me off. Perfect. Enough of my face. We can look at the export. So Teams call is the default, but if you have SIP here, that means you have the policy set up properly, and your Windows MTR is now set up to do SIP dialing. So perfect. Let's jump back, if you would, Alan, to the join with an ID option here. There we go. So join with an ID is something that is exposed to your users. You can obviously join a Teams meeting, and then all the other third-party meeting platforms here: Zoom, Webex, GoToMeeting, Google Meet, Amazon Chime, which actually is now, I believe, completely end of service, and RingCentral, plus other platforms. This gives you a convenient way for rooms that are not scheduled or don't have a calendar integration for users to come up, tap a meeting provider, and then simply enter a meeting ID and potentially a PIN to join that meeting. So you don't need to expose all of these meeting providers to your users. You have the option. Yeah, perfect. That's the interface, what it looks like. You can pop in the meeting ID, pop in a passcode, and then you would hit join Zoom meeting, for example. And then maybe, Alan, we jump to the settings real quick. We can give folks an idea where you enable those third-party meeting providers. So after your MTR has been set up for SIP, you can go into the meetings here under settings, and you'll see several other third-party meetings. Anytime those are toggled on, like you see here with all the providers, that gives you that meeting provider option in the join with an ID menu. And then it also has the MTR basically parse any invites it receives to present a join button to users if you're scheduling the MTR to join those meetings. So we can exit out here, and then let's get to the actual join. Now this is, of course, going to be the easiest way to join a meeting. As you see on the right side, we've got several meetings. The Zoom webinar is the top. We'll join that. Alan, go ahead. I'll let you set up the join here. So we've got the export on the right, and then we've just kind of got a live Zoom meeting participant on the left, and then we can see Alan kind of working the board here in the middle. So the room is attempting to join. Drum roll, please. There we go. Cool. So what we see here, we've now joined the Xboard Windows MTR into the Zoom meeting. You get a very similar experience compared to what you've got on the, let's say, the laptop on the left. We talked about the dual screen differentiation. Today we're showing single screen, but another key differentiator that Lauren mentioned was the ability to share content. Now I know that the touchboard MTRs was last fall, got the ability to share from a native Edge browser. So Alan, go ahead and pop Edge up and go ahead and tap to share. Now this, of course, works with Teams meetings. This would not work in a Zoom meeting without Pexip as your gateway into the Zoom meeting. So as you see now, Alan's sharing the MAXHUB page. We're seeing it on the Zoom meeting on the left side. You can bring up anything to share here, any website, any web app. Miro boards I know is a popular request. Alan was mentioned earlier, this is also a nice setup to share from your OneDrive. As a Microsoft customer, you could share content into the Zoom meeting this way, straight from OneDrive. Alan, do you want to speak to the kind of some of the privacy settings on the Xboard for this?
Yeah, if everybody sees up here, all of your edge sharing is in an in-private window. So if you are having people coming in, they want to log into their box, they want to log into any of their third-party clouds, they want to log into OneDrive and start sharing whatever they want on PowerPoint in the web browser, they absolutely can. And when you close this, it's going to scrub everything. So it's going to keep all of your logins, your files, everything completely secure because the board in Pexip and Microsoft do not save anything on this board. It all lives within the browser and it gets wiped out when you close it.
Perfect, cool. The other kind of, so obviously sharing from the native Edge browser is a really cool capability with the Xboards. We also have the ability, whether you have HDMI or USB-C in room, you can plug in your laptop, you can plug in a tablet. That will also be shared into a Zoom meeting, like we'll see here, but it would work also for Google Meets, Webexes, etc. There we go, nice. So right away, the share comes through from the board into the Zoom meeting. Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Alan.
Absolutely. It makes everything so much easier.
Good. I think that wraps up the live demo portion. Thank you for navigating that, Alan. That went well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to call out one more piece on that live demo. So if you noticed, it looked and felt like a Teams meeting, right? So again, regardless if you're joining, if the end goal is to join a Teams call or a Google call or whatever, but you're joining from, for example, an MTR, your users or are more comfortable or used to seeing that Teams-like experience. So we have built that into the software. So again, to help with adoption, to help with, where am I and dealing with some of that uncertainty at times. So as you saw at the last part of that live demo, you saw the highlighting was taking place. So feature sets that they're used to, like raising hand and spotlighting and all of that great stuff that they use every day, will still be shown, even though you're joining from a Zoom room, for example.
Yeah, I wanted to point out too, I brought the screen share up. So whenever you are sending different meetings to these Teams rooms, you can see instead of it having a Teams icon, it's going to show you if it's Zoom or if it's Google Meet. And you can see the icon right there in the upper right of that meeting. So it makes it really easy to know what platform you're joining as well. All right, Andy, how do we get started on this?
Yeah, so very simple. We talked about the Windows MTRs from the MAXHUB. On the software licensing piece, basically you would enable the Pexip Connect for Teams Rooms licensing. So this can be purchased from the Microsoft Marketplace through your Teams admin center. I believe that's the term for it. Maybe Lauren, you want to talk a little bit about the process and how your customers will go about acquiring one. So.
Yeah, thank you. And I think there's some good questions popping up now in the chat around enablement. So there will be a QR code in, I think, the next slide where you guys can request your trial. Oh, perfect. And it's very simple to stand up. So, and we'd love for all of you guys to try this out on any, make or model of meeting platform of choice. It is sold in a per license, so however many MTRs or however many Zoom rooms you have inside your environment, you would be licensing that entire estate. And yes, this is sold via whatever digital marketplace you guys like to buy through. We can sell it through your favorite channel partner of choice. Totally up to you guys and whatever's easiest from your procurement perspective.
And just to add, currently this is all supported on Windows MTRs. Support for Android MTRs should come sometime this year. So we are at the mercy of Microsoft, you know,
Yeah,
when
hopefully
they're ready
weeks
to
away.
launch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
that should
on
be coming
the
soon.
and on the Zoom side, the Zoom Room side, it's available for all makes and models.
Hey, Andy, do we have a link that we can put in the chat? Looks like one of the QR codes are broken.
Okay. So we'll just put the chat.
And Shane, no, Microsoft does not support the CVI on MTR and Android yet. They have it on the roadmap, but they are not giving us a date on it. So just keep an eye on the Microsoft roadmap, and as soon as Microsoft does support the cloud video interop, this will start becoming a new product for Pexip as well. Right. Do we have any questions in here that we've missed? Looks like Andy and Lauren have been doing really good in here, taking care of everybody.
And I think it was said in the beginning, but we'll send all these slides out to everyone, as well as all of our contact info and all that great stuff.
And yes, it'll work on a W70. The W70 runs MTR on Windows. Yep. So if I jump back here, all of this will work on our IFPs, our W70, all of our module MTR kits. So any of ours that run Windows, anything with a W or an X-Core kit in front of it works. The V series, our V50 and our V70 run MDEP, so this does not work on those yet. We're waiting for the Microsoft rollout of Cloud Video Interop on Android. So if you're looking for your local MaxHub rep, email me or email Andy. We can get you in touch with them. It all depends on where you are in the country. I'm going to pop my email in the chat here real quick. There's Andy's as well. So if there are any more questions on this, you can get a hold of Kevin, Lauren, Andy, or me. We can help you out. We can get this stuff rolled out for you. If you have more questions on the Teams rooms, let Andy or I know, and we can absolutely help you out on those as well.
I think a question just came in. How would you pitch Pexip to a client? Kevin or Lauren, you want to take this?
We just told you. So it's really going to be based upon, again, if your hardware strategy, being MTR, being Zoom, whatever, doesn't match your meeting strategy. And again, we're talking about internal meetings could match Teams to MTR, but you also have to consider what's your external meetings that you are invited to. And I can almost guarantee you every internal meeting and every external meeting will not perfectly match your boardroom strategy or your conference hardware strategy. So whenever those are not the same manufacturer, you need Pexip, to just be very simplistic.
Yep. And whenever you're pitching Pexip, a lot of the pushback that I have seen is direct guest join works, and it works just to join the meeting, and you're going to get basically nothing else out of it. When we're looking at multi-screen rooms, if you're looking at content sharing, if you want a easier experience, and if any of your customers send you Google Meet or any other third-party SIP service, or if they want to be interoperable with any other SIP service that isn't even on the menu here, that's where you're going to want to bring in Pexip, and it's going to bring the play nice to play well with others strategy into their deployment. Andy, do you have the email address of our guy down in Mexico?
Yeah, let me find out as well.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Do we have any other questions in here that we have missed so far? Laura, you wanna, what was the 10-room minimum?
I'm responding now.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, the chat is active today.
I love it. I love it.
People are typing and responding in chat. I was going to mention a couple other things. A couple of use cases we've found helpful is Zoom webinars. Not to be confused with the Teams webinar we're on now, but Zoom webinars sometimes can prevent MTRs from joining. We have a few customers that have found that to be useful to use Pexip to join those webinars. Also, if you have a Zoom meeting that's set up to only allow authenticated users, that will also prevent an MTR from joining, but you can join if the MTR is Pexip enabled. So a couple corner cases there, but if you have those in your environment and that's burning you and folks can't use your rooms, give us a try, and I think you'll be happy with the interop we can provide for both your Zooms and then any other meetings that come in.
Awesome, that's great. Thank you, Kevin. All right, looks like we are at 30 minutes. We're gonna have to drop, but thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for all the great questions. Thanks, Pexip, for joining us on this. This is absolutely great.
Thank
And
you.
can't wait to post this up on LinkedIn and YouTube and everywhere else that we're gonna drop this here in the next couple of days.
And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, I swear I'm wearing green.
I might be the only one celebrating, but I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day,
you.
everybody. Be safe. Have a great one. Bye.